topic of cancer is important to discuss because it is the second leading cause of death, with over 500,000 in the United States being affected by it. It is also the most costly illness in the U.S., which leaves those with cancer to have high health care costs that they'll have to pay out of pocket. Those with cancer often have difficulty physically and emotionally. They have reported symptoms of depression in those with cancer and their poor health. Despite cancer being an important health problem, many Americans don't get cancer screened or don't take preventive measures like protecting themselves from the sun. Tune in to us at 6 p.m. tomorrow night for some insight into new cancer research involving tumors and an exclusive interview with Dr. Stevens.
Hello, my name is Amanda Kovaleski.
And I'm Emily Abraham, and this is Channel 15 News. In recent investigations into tumor cells and how they function has led to new research into different cancer therapies.
These investigations, which are focused on tumor cells, stem from the knowledge of how cancer cells interact with the immune system.
Healthy cells divide to a certain limit that is based on the body's needs, like if they need to repair a patch of damaged skin. Almost any type of cells has the potential to become cancerous, which happens when a certain set of mutations occur, causing the cell to replicate uncontrollably and produce a lot more cells than is considered healthy. The mutations which occur in the DNA of the cells could either trigger the cell to divide and replicate too often, or they could inhibit the cell's natural ability to stop replicating even after it becomes harmful to nearby cells, because of the threat of creating a mass of cells which would be a tumor. A neoplasm is the abnormal growth of cells that occurs at an uncontrollable rate and results in a tumor, which is simply the mass or growth that forms due to the large number of cells growing and replicating in one specific area. If the tumor continues to grow, it could negatively affect nearby organs. A benign tumor is not considered a threat unless it metastasizes and becomes malignant due to any more mutations. That is, when it spreads to other parts of the body and is much harder to treat or control. Once cancer becomes malignant, tumors could start appearing at different parts of the body. The body works to suppress and kill these tumors by using the immune system, which is a network of cells, tissues, and organs that work together to protect the body. They do it by using the white blood cells known as T cells. The T cells recognize the tumor cells by their antigens that are located on the outer surface of their body. These cells attach and work to kill the cells.
Further investigations on tumors show an excess of potassium ion fluid surrounding them as these cells begin to die. A healthy cell actively maintains a higher concentration of potassium within the intracellular matrix by using a sodium-potassium pump. But when the cell begins to die, it can no longer maintain the concentration it had before, and so the potassium begins to passively flow out of the cell into the extracellular matrix as a result. So, basically, potassium is supposed to be within the cell, but is being sent out of the cell and accumulating into fluid around the dying cells. Also, that potassium is more often seen as something that helps out cells instead of messing with them. The potassium ion fluid attracts nearby T cells, which are white blood cells in the immune system of the body that seek to destroy specific things like tumor cells. As these tumor cells come closer into contact with the fluid, they become saturated, which results in suppressing and dulling T cells due to the excess potassium interfering with ion channels. It also reduces nutrient consumption in the cell, since there is an excess of potassium, and inhibiting inactive tumor targeting cells from activating to attack these tumors, which weakens the immune system response as a result. Potassium does this all without affecting the viability of the T cells, which means T cells have the potential to recover what was lost, which was their ability to destroy tumors and activate if they were prevented from doing so before, and to maintain its function despite the saturation of potassium. With all the excess potassium, it was found that T cells needed extra help in the removal of potassium. Researchers have started to molecularly engineer the tumor-specific T cells, which are assigned their function in their final stage in the thymus gland, to increase their ability to remove potassium and not be saturated like the regular T cells that are being produced in the body would.
We have an opportunity to speak with Stephen Rosenberg, Chief Surgeon at the National Cancer Institute. He is here to discuss his research and early development of immunotherapy treatment for cancer.
Hello, Stephen. Can you explain to our viewers how this treatment works?
I'd be delighted. This new therapy we're calling CAR T-cell therapy is a process of taking a sample of tumor from our patient and working to remove the healthy and most effective T-cells found within the tumor. From the sample T-cells we retrieve, we begin working on engineering these cells to better recognize the tumor cells. By adding or changing receptors that recognize the tumor cells, this allows the immune system to better attack the cancer because the T-cells seek out the cancer cells. From there, we keep these in incubation where we allow them to grow and multiply before injecting them into the patient. The hope of this treatment is to not only better equip these cells to attack the tumor, but also give them more numbers in the fight.
Does this information recently found about potassium ion fluid attacking T cells have any impact on your treatment and research?
Any additional information about the T cells and how they are being affected by the tumor cells is helpful as it allows us to look into how we can better equip our engineered cells to more efficiently target and destroy these tumors.
Well, thank you, Stephen, for taking the time to speak with us today. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in. Hopefully this new treatment will help end the fight against cancer.